Practically everyone in our country now talks about how we should give the highest priority to education, as the chances of meeting the Millennium Development Goals for 2015 in poverty alleviation, health and education, the three areas that are most crucial to human development, continue to blur. Yes, everyone talks about the importance of education, but not everyone does something about it. This mismatch between the widespread talk and the seemingly limited number of people engaged in actually doing something about it may be traced to our apparent failure to look at the problem systematically. We hope that our activity today can provide some insights on how we can wiggle out of this tight spot. The traditional, instinctive, and habitual approach to improving the quality of education is to hire more and better teachers, provide better instructional materials, and build more classrooms. Since these require tons of resources, only the government, wealthy individuals, well-endowed organizations, and huge corporations can afford to meet this challenge to some significant extent. But in the face of national poverty and a large, ever-increasing population, the country is unable to catch up. If we find a way to engage every Juan de la Cruz to become part of the solution, we, as a nation, stand a chance to address this fundamental problem in a sustained manner. In the experience of the Ateneo Center for Educational Development in its work among public schools in Quezon City, Parañaque, Nueva Ecija, and other places, many of the children who cannot read have poor eyesight, and many of those who are inattentive are simply hungry. Children who faint in school and those who are frequently absent connect these occurrences to their turn not to eat for that day. For those who are able to eat, a meal consists of rice and boy bawang or ketchup, and a typical breakfast is often made up of hot water and powdered coffee. If it is easy to make the connection between being underweight and being undernourished, it does not take a lot more to grasp the impact of malnutrition on a child's brain, the seat of learning in the human person. Important as they are, more and better teachers, appropriate instructional materials, and better school facilities are not enough to raise the achievement levels of our public school students. ACE has attempted to respond to this challenge through in-school feeding programs. In partnership with Jollibee Foundation's Busog, Lusog, Talino program, ACE is implementing feeding programs that consist of daily meals for 40 undernourished children in each of 7 public elementary schools in Quezon City. After 3 weeks into the program, the children's cheeks had become fuller, their weights had increased, and they had become more active, not just in class, but outside the classroom as well. There is documented evidence that in-school feeding programs have contributed to the increase in school attendance and academic achievement of students. However, although the feeding programs have benefited the children and their families, they make up a small percentage of the students enrolled in public schools, especially in urban areas, where as many as 50% of the school population are said to be malnourished. This is the situation in Bagong Silangan Elementary School, where more than 7,000 students in Quezon City go to. Thanks to Quezon City Vice Mayor Joy Belmonte's support, ACE has been able to offer a feeding program to a much larger scale. Since November 2010, daily lunch meals have been provided to 400 undernourished children in Bagong Silangan Elementary School. The children's favorite meals are tinola, tuna fritters with ketchup and rebosadong gulay. Guided by recipes formulated by Jollibee Foundation, these meals contain lots of malunggay leaves. Based on these undertakings of ACE and its partners, 1 meal per child per day costs 11 pesos and 50 centavos, or 1,000 pesos per child per school year of 130 days. The investment on the 40 children for a school year is 60,000 pesos, and for 400 children is 600,000 pesos, and so forth. The arithmetic of these experiences shows that every level of the nation's citizenry can be engaged, from those who are loyal supporters of the PBA or the Metro Manila Film Festival to those who patronize high-end restaurants, hotels, resorts, and such similar activities. Moving beyond the initial investment, ACE is now partnering with the Ateneo Professional Schools to design and deliver operations systematically. Given the assumed magnitudes of undernutrition among public school children nationwide, it is critical that scale and sustainability characterize our response to the challenge. A systematic way of implementing is the smart way to go, making use of metrics, economies of scale, engaging communities, organizations, and individuals, as well as a realistic and effective way of mobilizing funds. Since the Ateneo Professional Schools engage themselves in the worlds of health, management, governance, and law, they can bring to their experiences insights and skills into this venture, distilling the learnings of the pilot feeding programs of ACE and its partners, drawing lessons from the massive feeding programs such as that of the Aksaya Patra Foundation in India and elsewhere, with the end view of developing a model appropriate for our nation's circumstances. This model may then be appropriated by individuals, organizations, and communities in our country, truly offering every level of our citizenry the opportunity to help elevate the level of education in our nation.